when Anno and I started to, initially we started an NLP company 2011. The one thing that we are very curious about is how much can we push? Like, can we push the boundaries? Can we explore? We're not qualified medical doctors. We're not using medicine to do any of this. And our attitude has always been, I don't know if it'll work, but I commit the highest levels of skills that I have at that point in time. And I'm committed to exploring whatever it is that I know, just to explore what is possible. And that has certainly helped us set ourselves up, create context where we told people free revisit, unlimited free revisit. So people came back the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth time. And we used to interact with some of these people, find out how they're doing in their lives. And when they used to come up with certain things, we figured that, oh, isn't it obvious? Shouldn't you be doing this? So we started giving them recommendations of what they should work on this time and what they should work on when they come back next. So we created a context which nobody else has in the world, where it's most of the time come, learn, go, that's it. But what we did is, in the initial days, even more, we were absolutely obsessed. Even before we formally launched as an organization where we're just working with independent clients, they may have come to us to quit smoking. They may have come to us with a headache as an issue. But we always encourage them to come back again and again and again. And not because we're creating any kind of a dependence or, or to come back or be dependent on us for any of those things, but they're never coming back to us for the same outcome that they came for initially. You came for a headache, that headache is fixed, but then what? Is there something else that we can do for you at the next level? So, years of setting that up and validating across, so many people has led to developing very specialized intuition of what capabilities become a game changer for anybody at any given point in time. So there's no rule book, there's no set formula of, okay, so this is what you need to do if a person is in this kind of a scene. But the intuition to know what is the difference that makes all the difference for that person. What's the minimum complete set that they require so that they can make better quality decisions in their life, just enough for them to get to the next pivot. And that pivot can conventionally take them 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, for some people even 10 years. But can we compress the time that it takes for them to make that pivot, for them to get that breakthrough in their relationships or wherever it is that they're heading towards? So, and as we started to do that iteratively is how, the idea of predictive intelligence evolved, is when we're able to look at someone and know, okay, so this is a set of things that you want to work on.
Predictive intelligence to immediately know what are some of the important things within a person that can shift their trajectory.
I want you to prioritize your day and your time and see how whatever time you have, you spend for your family, for yourself, and your passion in a way that all of them come together, and we call it as integrated life outlook.
My relationship has amazingly improved. You ask my friends, you ask my family members, they'll say, oh, this Meena has transformed. Then my career growth has really happened. What I like about Antano and Harini's thing is that you achieve everything at an ecological level.
What is a capability that will be a driver for everything else?
You haven't explored that yet. Would you like to explore that?
But what's your feeling? Do you think it's just he's saying it in anger and frustration, or he will really harm somebody?
Okay, when you say mental health issues, she was going through emotionally low phase, and because of her separation with your dad, and maybe a lot of other stuff might have impacted her. Okay, so even she was not emotionally available to you. How good it would be to get over those unresourceful emotions or the hurt or the feeling that might be kind of showstopper in your major decisions of your life. So let's have a clean reset, not in terms of forgetting any of the experiences, but to unlearn anything unuseful that you might have picked up in those situations. Is that okay?
ISRO launches the missile to space or the satellite to space. Satellite इतना छोटा सा भी पर आपने वो देखा होगा इतना उसके लिए जो लॉन्चिंग प्रॉब्लम और जब ऊपर जाता रहता है क्या करता है आफ्टर द फर्स्ट स्टेज व्हाट हैपेंस टू द रॉकेट it detaches. Why does it detach? Why can't it carry it along? It is an unnecessary baggage. The moment it detaches, it goes even faster.
Personally, relationship is going at a different level with not only the immediate family members but relatives, friends, even team members.
I have grown from being a manager to an executive director, which is kind of 4 years. If not for Antano and Harini, it would have taken me at least 10 years, even could be more than that.
Wherein you can do more. If you have more time, you can do more consultations. Okay, so how many are you doing currently in a day?
5 lakhs every month. And when are you expecting to arrive that? Because I'm sure initially, are you expecting it from the first month or when are you expecting it? By what time?
What is the difference between a driven individual and a desperate individual?
Is it what it gives you the confidence that yes, you can handle this?
I also don't think in your industry people dismiss people for the budgeting reasons only.
Take something a person knows they want to change and make that happen for them in a few minutes.
I'm able to do 10 times much better things at a much shorter span of time than what I used to spend. It is going in a natural flow. Things are falling in place and I'm experiencing that. I'm enjoying that.
The goals and the things that I want to do, they have really expanded. 3 quarters of great success. In the 4th quarter, we'll end up doing numbers which we did in the entire year last financial.
You know a lot about this business, and I come to you and I tell you that I am opening a cloud kitchen like this the way you are opening, and I'm getting the vendors also who are going to pay me the rent in that place, and I'm expecting that okay, in 6 months time I'll be able to earn 5 lakh per month from this place. What would you say? Am I realistic or not?
There is this intent and there is this capability as well, right? Isn't there a mismatch between the intent and the capability? You learn something, and what was stopping you from going all out and put in effort, consistent effort to build it so that you can make it a career?
Now I see how in the future I'm with this person I love or I care about.
The predictive intelligence with which they do the installations and the impact that it creates in your life. So that is something which I have not seen elsewhere.
One of the major ones would be internal happiness, like not depending externally for triggers. Earlier, anything external that could affect me, could affect my states, they don't affect me too much. And that has led to so many different things in life. Stability, I would say so, in terms of states.
So you're not judging people on any basis, intellect or money, right? And you are in the moment. You're not worrying about, okay, what has to happen tomorrow, what has to happen right now after this, okay? And you're present in the moment. How would it impact your charisma on that person in that conversation you're in?
And correct me if you want to change anything, okay, in that direction, okay? So what we are going after is making you capable so that you can learn this cloud kitchen in such a manner, so easily and effortlessly, such that you have time to indulge in the other businesses like EIT that you're thinking of. your relationships with your team, relationship at home, the stress levels, your energy levels, your stress levels are low so that your energy levels are high to do the things.
I hit 7-figure revenue last year. When I came, I was at zero. I was starting out. Today, when you ask me that question, that where did you start from and where are you at, it's amazing. It's amazing how things have fallen into place.
When I realized this is so good, such a best thing to happen for me, and when my one after another, all the family members join this and they evolve into this, isn't it the best thing to happen?
If you are totally out of this pain, totally out of it, do you think it will have an effect in your productivity?
Right? You have the mind space and the time space to do the things that you want to create that life that you always wanted and that you had before.
In those next 2 years, we're also going to set you on a trajectory for long-term consequences, where over time, when you continue on that trajectory, you're going to start earning the amount you want and you're going to start living the life you want.
Now I will be preparing an ATC for you, which is an adjustment list, like all the adjustments that we've spoken about, right? I will be jotting them down, right? And you'll be undergoing the change work, and then I will be meeting you towards the end of the day, right? With whatever change work has been done and how's it going. So it's all going to be new for you, but it's very interesting, and especially since you're someone who's looking to evolve and who's interested in new things, to learn new things, to see new things, to experience new things. I feel it's going to be brilliant for you.
How many years have Antano and Harini helped you time compress?
Time compress would presuppose that if they were not there, how many years it would take us to reach here. I would say if they were not there in our life, we would have never reached here. So there is no time compression. We would be on such a different trajectory that we may never be happier. Like, yes, for moments here, there, etc. But we would have not reached this place, I would say, without them in all aspects of my life.
It's all just so beautifully interlinked. The same time still taking care of his needs, his priorities and his family's priority. I think that has been a very big game changer.
It is 25-30 years of experience which has been compressed into some 4 years.
I'm able to do 10 times much better things at a much shorter span of time than what I used to spend.
When we say about time compression and all those things, wo automatic it is happening in our lives, and and we are in a better, happier space in doing that. We can do more in less time.
I felt that was freedom, so liberating. I feel we all are going to live like 70, 80, 90, 100. Like if 10 years you take to build one skill, then you can build limited skills, you can build probably 4 skills and capabilities, So those capabilities, what if you get it in 2 years, 1 year, 6 months? I have gone to other coaching seminars, but this is quite different. The quality of people are very different. Their aspirations, their asks are so very different. So you're learning so much in those 10 days, 11 days. You're meeting people and you're also seeing their personal evolution. Every period of evolution, I feel we all have our own challenges. We all want to go to the next level and we have to develop.
And that is why we have a personalized ADC for everybody. That is why we're looking at what are all the set of changes that we require. And we've often noticed that the capabilities that we put on your ADC list, they're not restricted to that context. So you may have procedure in the context of helplessness with a particular family member. But when you develop choice in that context, which is leveraging that context to develop a particular capability and doing installations for that capability to generalize across all of the various other contexts that you deal with anyway, so that it can have a holistic, integrated impact, so that every capability is not just about that. And that's how humans are built. You don't have to work on piece by piece by piece by piece, because like that, if you have to work, you'll have to do at least 2,000 adjustments. But you barely have, 15, 20 adjustments on your ADC list, or maybe 10. And so it's an elegant set of adjustments which are capability development opportunities which are useful for you at this point in time, that'll help make a significant difference, that'll help you go and interact with your external and begin to create better performance, better output, better results there, and move the needle, move and get into a different territory from where when you get the next set of capability development, you're likely to do even better. So that's the whole idea of doing this. So you just want to be careful about the ecology and how do you know that the change that you're going after is a good change in the first place? And that's a question that I want you to think about. With your ATC already has that piece very thought through. So some of you may not know why is that thing there or is that really a big issue, but it's not about that context. It's you're using that context, you're leveraging that context to build capabilities that are polycontextual.